My first takeaway is, did you see Matt Stafford's numbers? They were very Jared Goff-like. 13 of 17. He didn't have to carry the team. 200 yards. It was an easy lift for Matt Stafford. That's why he came to Los Angeles. A better culture. Other stars don't have to carry the team. Last night, it was the running game and the defense. For the record, Tom Brady won the Super Bowl last year. He didn't play particularly well in the Super Bowl. It was the defense that won it. And the running game with Leonard Fournette down the stretch. And if you go look at Tom Brady's career in New England, early, the defense carried him. In the middle, he had Randy Moss and Welker. No Super Bowls. At the end, it was great defense, great running games, and Tom often was the icing to the league's smartest, best orchestrated cake. It's the way it works, right? And the Rams have this amazing culture which allows them to take some risks. Leonard Floyd, Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey was a headache in the Jags. Sometimes you forget he's on the field. There's too many other stars. Have you noticed how OBJ has emerged? He was great at LSU, great for most of his time with Coughlin and Eli. He's great immediately with the Rams. Where did he struggle? Shocker, Cleveland. Folks, 95% of the players in this league, they're all talented, but 95% can't overcome chaos. Yes, we know that Stephon Diggs would probably be pretty good anywhere, but he's a lot better with Josh Allen. And we know Travis Kelce would be successful anywhere. He's a lot better with Mahomes. Good coaching, good culture. It's amazing. And Matt Stafford last night, he didn't get games like that in Detroit. He got an early lead. He had a running game so he could do play action. Oh, they doubled Cooper Kupp. It didn't matter. He had OBJ. Isn't that nice? He had a great tight end. He had a great number 2 receiver. He's got the most dominant number 1 receiver. He plays with a lead. He's got a running game. That's why the Rams have become the NFL's wellness center. Leonard Floyd, OBJ, Jalen Ramsey. Hey, let's polish up that game a little bit. You know, getting a little bad press. Just come on in here. That's what a good culture is. Great players can go to bad cultures. OBJ to Cleveland. And it just blows you up. And then everybody, you know, I be honest. I watched OBJ in Cleveland. I'm like, he's got the drops. He wasn't getting open as much. How comfortable and perfect does he look in a Rams jersey? He looks so comfortable. He's got it back. He's got all his confidence back. But if you notice this weekend, it's easy to say the best quarterbacks won this weekend in the playoffs. But did you notice they also had the best coaches? They had like Andy Reid and Bruce Arians and Sean McVay. And did you notice it was a lot of quarterbacks that were good but don't have to completely carry the team? It's why I worry about Joe Burrow going forward. I feel like he overwhelmingly kind of has to carry the Bengals. It's a rebuilding roster. It's a bad O-line. But overwhelmingly, Stafford got his first playoff win, and it wasn't heavy lifting. That just didn't exist in Detroit. All right, let's talk Arizona. And let's take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath. Kyler Murray didn't play well. Cliff Kingsbury didn't coach well. But let's add context. The NFC West is the best division in football. And Arizona made the playoffs. They made the playoffs. And for most of the year before he got hurt, Kyler Murray was spectacular in the toughest division in football. And we know this to be true. Generally in the NFL, it's baby steps. A coach gets hired, he cleans up the culture, you start winning some games, then you get into the playoffs, and sometimes your first playoff trip on the road is ugly, it's one and done. And Nick Sirianni started winning games, go to the playoffs, oh, good hell, let's just close shop and get on a flight and go home. And that's what happens. Cliff Kingsbury has gotten better every year as a coach. Let's talk Kyler Murray. Yes, he looked nervous and anxious, and that pick 6, my wife doesn't even like sports. She's like, that was terrible, right? Yeah, that was awful. But Josh Allen was awful in his first playoff game. And Lamar Jackson was awful in his. It's okay. This is what the league is. I liked the Rams last night before the game. They're the better team. They were built to win. They've been to a Super Bowl. They've been working on this culture for years. This Rams thing, they are 2 or 3 steps ahead of Arizona. Arizona's going to be just fine. Now, the only question I had And I think you had it too. Why didn't Kyler Murray run? Why didn't he run? Like, that was the fewest rushing attempts in his career. The fewest rush attempts in a game like this year. Why? Number one, is he hurt and thinking to himself, I don't want to get popped? Or payday's coming up. Is he thinking, I've been running around the last 2 years. I got hurt the last 2 years. I'm not going out there getting whacked by Aaron Donald. I'm not getting hurt again. I think it's possible. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury said, here's our game plan. We don't want the most mobile quarterback to not be mobile. So I don't really know what happened there. Is he not healthy? Is he tired of getting popped? Listen, I get professional athletes saying, I got payday in like 4 hours. Like, I know I'm not supposed to think that. I'm not supposed to be selfish. But let's not be idealistic about stuff. He's a small guy. He's gotten popped. It was a bad year for running around quarterbacks. And that was my only question of the game. Kyler's not running. There's no way you're going on the road and beating this team without moving around. That's about it. But I think we have to understand here. It's steps. I've said this about the Chicago Bulls this year. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're going to win a playoff series, and that's it. Milwaukee's like 4 steps ahead. Like Golden State's 3 steps ahead. Phoenix is now 2 steps ahead. It's a process. And so Cliff Kingsbury, take a deep breath. Kyler Murray's performance, take a deep breath. Just go look at Buffalo. This isn't the first year they're in the playoffs. They've been getting to the playoffs. And the first time with Josh, it was bad. And then the second time, they won some games. And now this weekend, you're like, oh, yeah, wow, they could win it all. Or maybe not. Take a deep breath. It takes time for both Kyler and Cliff. By the way, I totally agree. It wasn't a great year. A couple years ago, running quarterbacks, Russell Wilson was amazing and Lamar was amazing. And we were watching Josh Allen and Mahomes would run occasionally, but he's kind of a pocket guy. It was not a great year for running quarterbacks. Lamar is hurt. Jalen Hurts got hurt. Russell Wilson got hurt. Kyler got hurt. It's not a great year for running quarterbacks, so I'm fascinated to watch Kyler Murray going forward because he is 5'10". He really is. He's not 6 feet. He's 5'10". And ideally, when he can manipulate the pocket and create passing lanes, Russell Wilson's been doing this for years. He's better moving than not. Russell Wilson's fine. But Russell Wilson, a big component to his success in Kyler, they move around. Let's be honest about Josh Allen. He's got a great arm. But part of his arsenal is, as Bill Belichick knows, he just takes off when he wants, and he's faster than all your linebackers. So I'm fascinated to watch Kyler going forward. I would absolutely pay him. I wouldn't take much from the end of the year. But I'm interested to watch Kyler because in the end, if you look at who's left in the playoffs, it's a lot of pocket guys. It's a lot of Burrows. It's a lot of Brady's. It's a lot of Staffords. It's a lot of Jimmy G's. That's kind of what's left at the end of the year. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.